What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, hit that like, subscribe for more Division content, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But in today's Division 2 video, we are going to talk about the whole banning situation and the monitoring that is coming from the dev team regarding the Fei Lao exploit in the Division 2. So I hope you enjoy, and let's go ahead and begin, shall we? Now, currently, there is an exploit in the game revolved around Camp White Oak. Now, if you have the Fei Lao Manhunt Takeover mission unlocked, you can toggle this, boom, to the Manhunt Fei Lao mission. Now, this mission has a XP farm in it. At the very end, for Fei Lao's encounter, you get a 2-minute timer. Okay. What players have found out is that during those 2 minutes, you can just spawn camp the NPCs and get some kill XP. Well, that wasn't enough, right? There were obviously some people that were like, why do I have to reset every 2 minutes? So what players decided to do is glitch the doors open like they were in the raid. We all know about the Iron Horse raid and the doors, and we all know about the speed runners and the doors for strongholds and legendaries and what have you, anything like that for speed runs, right? We all know that there is a door glitch in the game. It's been in the game since the game came out. No one's arguing that. The part that people are getting confused about or upset over is they are doing it in this mission to cancel out the timer. So if the door is never activated or, touched, the timer never starts. So what people are doing is they're running over here to Fei Lao, and then they're just sitting there all day gaining XP nonstop, right? Well, since then, we have all been giving a message both on Twitter, on social media, and in the game, right? We had that game pop up message that said, we are monitoring you and we will be banning people that exploit this. So, safe to say, no one got banned today. Do you know why? Because they are now monitoring us. They're not going to ban you for something in the past because they weren't monitoring it. They are now monitoring it, and they are now going to ban those people doing it. So if you got that pop-up in the game, after that moment, they have been monitoring your activity, everybody's activity, whether it be XP gained, whether it be skill kills, whether it be if they're in the Fei Lao mission or not, or whether it be how long have they stayed in the Fei Lao mission. Who knows how they are doing the monitoring, but they are monitoring you nevertheless. So you have been warned. They warned you on social media and they warned you in the game. So with that, there's no bans. I'm trying to make this abundantly clear, and if I repeat myself in this video, I do apologize. But a lot of people are worried, and I want to help you not be worried, okay? So if I repeat myself, I'm sorry. But if you did the floor 10 farm at the summit, if you did the floor 100 farm at the summit, if you did the Anderson farm over there at the Pentco power plant, none of those are involved with this. If you did a resource convoy thing, if you did the Warhound glitch, if you did, none of this applies to this situation. This situation, this whole ban wave, this whole controversy is all about Fei Lao. It is all about those who exploited the doors and made that Fei Lao mission unlimited. Because remember, it comes with a 2-minute timer. So if you're exploiting that and you're sitting there for 2 hours, obviously they can tell that you did something wrong, right? So it's pretty cut and dry. So if you're worried about anything else, you shouldn't be. There are going to be no other bans for any other XP farm. This is strictly to those that are exploiting the Fei Lao mission. So, if you are not one of those that are exploiting the doors and doing the Fei Lao mission XP farm, then you're okay. All right? So, I hope that helps. Now, I'm going to show you the pop up message. We're going to go over that. I'm going to show you what it looks like if you do get banned. And then we're going to come back here, have a little chat, and then get out of here. So, I hope you enjoy. I hope you brought your popcorn because this is going to be a good one. And yeah, if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, what are you waiting on? All right, let's go ahead and jump to the in-game message. Yeah! If you remember seeing this message, if you clicked dismiss and moved on past this message, just so you know, from then on forward, they have been monitoring your activity. It says right there in the very first sentence, we are monitoring players that have exploited the mechanics. Okay? So from this moment forward, you can get banned for that Fei Lao exploit. Just so you know, okay? Now let's move on to a permanent suspension email, shall we? And show you what it looks like when you get banned from the game. All right. Now, this is an image floating around the interwebs right now. It is not a new ban or anything like that. This is from, the past. But this is what you would see if you were permanently suspended from the game, okay? Now, this shows a permanent suspension. Greetings, so-and-so. You've been permanently suspended from the Division 2 for misconduct. Now, if I scroll down here, you can see it says we have detected activity on your account. Now, remember, this is the same sort of verbiage and grammar that was being used on Twitter from the Division 2 Ubisoft Massive. They were saying that they will be monitoring accounts. They will be monitoring your activity. And if you are still doing this stuff, you will be banned for misconduct of the COC, the Code of Conduct, right? Now, it shows right here, the very first sentence of this says, we have detected activity on your account which is in breach of our Code of Conduct. Violations subject to banning include misconduct and other behaviors that harm the intended player experience. You are responsible for any activity on your account. Meaning, if someone else logged into your account and did this, you're still responsible. If you gave your password to someone else and let them play on it, you're still responsible. If you have a kid and your kid did it, you're still responsible. If, I don't know, your brother jumped on your account and did this, you're still responsible. You see where this is going. Now, this is all verbiage if you were to continue doing, these exploits to what they're saying, quote unquote, harm the intended player experience. Now, this all revolves around the Fei Lao mission, okay? Now, I know there's been a lot of chatter about Anderson and Floor 10 and Floor 100 and all the other XP farms because they're saying, well, an XP farm is, whatever. That's not the problem here. The issue at hand is that the Fei Lao mission has to be exploited in order for this farm to work. The other farming methods, all you would have to do is roll up on there and do what, do the mission. Rinse and repeat. Or let the timer go out, rinse and repeat. That's all it was. It was what I would call a organic XP farm. It was an XP farm that was in the game organically, and the player base found out about it and, enjoyed it. Got their XP. Now, the problem with the Fei Lao mission is that that's not the case. It could be the case, if you were doing the 2-minute timer and letting it rinse and repeat, you know, that would give you a reset on your instance, and that would show that you're playing the mission. But that's not what's at hand here. What's at hand is that people are exploiting the doors in order for there to be no timer, and then they are exploiting it to get unlimited amounts of XP without having to reset their instance. Okay, now that apparently is what is being said to, create that latency and those lag issues. Now, we were seeing a little bit of it back in the Anderson, and some of it apparently was due to it bogging down by giving you so much XP in so little time that it was just, I don't know, creating latency. But we also know that all of the main issues with their connection and their servers are due to the pre-existing problems with their servers. We already know that they've had localization, mix-ups. We already know that they had to rewrite a lot of their code, like a month ago, maybe, or two? I mean, all of this is fairly new. But on top of all of those existing problems, then you have people that are bogging down, their servers by getting however many levels per minute. You know what I mean? Now, what they're doing with the Fei Lao is they're exploiting the doors, taking away that timer, and then they're just sitting there for hours and hours, whatever, until their eyes bleed, I guess. I don't know. Now, what this does is it not only, bogs down the system, but it's also sending everything to your instance because you're getting all of these levels and rewards. Boom, 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 boom. Which kind of leads into the other part, right? You're taking away their money, right? And that's the big that's another underlying issue, right? Where not only has this XP farm been exploited so much that it's, I guess, creating these, latency issues, but it's also taking money away from the devs because all of these people that did that get all of the apparel items for free, and they are expecting, they're what's the word? They're anticipating people to buy their apparel items, right? That's the whole thing about all of this apparel whatever nonsense. Same with the season pass, same with buying levels, same with all of this. It's all to get you to spend money, right? If you all remember, Yannick way back in the day was like, "Yeah, we have year 4, but if we don't make any money off of these apparel events and season passes, we might not get a year 5." So what happened? The second season 9 launched, they had the season pass and the new apparel event and made a crap ton of money. And then they're like, "Oh, hey, we have year 5." Now, some are speculating that they already had a year 5, what have you. But you can see the trend we're going down here, where it's, if it has to do with money, they have to nip that in the butt really quick. Because if they're not going to be making money, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? So they have to make these changes immediately, because then what are they going to do? This was their only apparel event that was available in season 11. They're rerunning the Resident Evil in hopes that the new and returning people will buy it or play it because, it's another way of them to make revenue. And it also helps whoever, doesn't have that wicked Nemesis mask the opportunity of getting that Nemesis mask. All right, now continuing here, it says you may refer to our code of conduct here. The code of conduct is supplemental to Ubisoft's terms of service here. And in order to preserve a positive experience for our players, we have taken the necessary steps of permanently banning your account. We strongly believe in providing a fair and welcoming environment to everyone, and we don't take this decision lightly. This action was issued after careful review of relevant evidence. Again, relevant evidence. Okay. So people that are like, well, I didn't know I was doing it. Oh, okay. You didn't know you were getting 65 to 75 levels in an hour? You didn't know that they made the doors open without touching them? You know? You didn't know that? Okay. I mean, but then they're going to look for relevant evidence. They're going to be like, well, you were there with Bob and Steve for 5 hours. And you just got 500 shade levels or whatever, you know? And without that relevant evidence, they're not going to do anything. They need that relevant evidence. They're going to review it. They're going to be like, oh, okay, boom, you're banned. Get out of here. But without that relevant evidence, they're not going to. Or so they say, right? Because, let me sip on my coffee. Comment down below, coffee break. Anyways, after my coffee break, what this is doing is this is creating tension within our community, right? Where a lot of people are scared. They're like, well, what if I joined someone and they were doing it? Well, what if I joined Anderson Mission? What if I did floor 10? What if I did floor 100? Am I going to get banned? And the answer is no, you're not. You're not going to get banned. The reason for that is that you're not exploiting. You're not doing something to break the game. You're not intentionally doing something that you know wasn't intended in order to gain something else, right? In Anderson, all you were doing was not hitting the laptop and you were killing the enemies, right? And then you found out that they only spawned out of one door, so what do? You spawn camp them. Okay. Boom. Done. When the timer's out, you reset. Do it again. Floor 10, you just kill the boss, and then you could finish the floor and then reset. For this one, you have to exploit the doors. And again, that's the problem. Now, if I'm repeating myself, it's because there are still people that are still confused about this. And that's why I'm repeating myself. It is all about the Fei Lao exploit with the doors. If you didn't exploit the doors, you're probably not gonna get banned. If they see, oh, Bob and Steve were in the same Fei Lao mission for 6 hours, Bob and Steve are probably gonna get banned. Now remember, the initial ban is only 14 days, 2 weeks, with no rollbacks. So you could do this, get away with it, get banned for 2 weeks, and come back with no problems. However, say you got banned for the DPS glitch. Say you got banned for the invisibility glitch. Say you got banned for the old armor glitch. I mean, come on. It's Division 2. There's been so many glitches in this game. You know, a lot of people have probably been banned for something. You know what I mean? Rightfully or not. They probably have. Now, the problem with that is that if they get banned for Fei Lao, they're going to see one of these emails. And that's the problem, right? All right, let's jump back and continue the story. All right, welcome back. I need to say this one part before I go over my conclusion and get out of here, okay? I don't think any band waves are necessary for things that are in the game that could be taken away. Okay? Meaning, if you can take away the Anderson mission, why not do that until the problem is fixed and then reintroduce it into the game, right? Same with the Fei Lao. Okay? That way all this controversy could have been done. Well, they were able to fix the Anderson mission, right? They're not able to do that with the Fei Lao. So that's why they go to these lengths to get you to stop doing it. And they're going to start monitoring people that are doing it because they're not going to change it. It's going to still be in the game. The only difference is now they're going to know exactly who does it. All right. Now, the problem with that is the bans. A few years ago, we had bans and rollbacks to people doing a DPS glitch, which was, fine, but it destroyed the community. I mean, let's completely be real about it. The community never bounced back from that. Whether it was due to the negative PR from the dev team, whether it was the constant back and forth from the dev team to the community, whether it was them banning people that shouldn't have been banned or rolling back people that shouldn't have been rolled back, there was a lot of problems whenever they did the first ban wave. So doing it this way, I agree, is better because they can monitor and then they can say, look, without any doubt, you cheated. And then boom, all right, ban, right? Where back in the day, it was just like it updated and it was like, boom, ban hammer. And everyone was like, oh my God. And it was everywhere. This time around, they're at least doing it in a smarter approach where they're going to monitor and make sure you are doing that and then they are going to ban you. So I think all of the charades and all of the big social media thing the last few days, it was all just to get the word out that they will ban you. But they're not going to ban you if you did it previous. Type of deal. Like, hey, we see this as a problem. If you keep doing it, we're going to mess you up. But they're not going to mess you up if you did it prior to that. And I think that's what this whole thing's about. Now, the ban waves in general do not help out the community. I think that just removing them from the game until they are fixed would help out the community more. Unless it's a like say the invisibility glitch in the dark zone, for example. If a person is actually activating a glitch, then they deserve to be banned, right? Because that's clearly impacting not only the game but everyone around them, their player experience, and they're doing it on purpose. Where these missions and these farming methods are things that are in the game that people are just using to get their, whatever. And it's not something that they have to activate. So when you're banning people that are activating a certain glitch in the dark zone and they're using it and exploiting it and making it worse on everyone around them, by all means, ban away. If they're doing this glitch thing and they're sitting in that mission for 6 hours and somehow it's bogging down their system or creating latency, I understand. They forcefully made those doors stay open and then they are making it to where they can sit there for hours and hours. And I'm sure it does have some sort of negative impact, okay? I'm not sure if that's the reason the game's lagging, but I can see it from their angle. Like you're exploiting that mission and you're sitting there way past the time limit to gain a crazy amount of XP. Okay, fair enough. And the way they're doing it is smart, but I think that ban waves in general just should be avoided at all costs. And if it has anything to do with like a mission or anything like that, just deactivate the mission until you fix it. And that was the same argument way back in the day with the DPS glitch and the turrets. People were like, just disable the turrets. But if they did that, then people wouldn't be able to do the raids and stuff like that. And they ended up just doing a huge ban wave. So by all costs, by all means, doing the monitoring and doing it this way is the smarter approach. And we need to completely avoid ban waves altogether unless it is clear and precise evidence against whoever did it. By all means, ban them, get them out of the game. But as far as banning a whole group of people, that's where the community gets scared and gets torn apart. I mean, the amount of messages that I've gotten about floor 10 and floor 100 and the Anderson mission is outrageous. And I just hope everyone understands after this video what's going down. But all right, let's jump over to Twitter and get out of here. So in closing, I just want to say this, okay? The developers are not banning people today that did stuff prior. Okay? They're not. What was said is that they are monitoring and they will start to ban people. That's why, as soon as you got that pop up on your screen that said, here's our message to cheaters and exploiters, from that moment forward, if you're still doing that Fei Lao exploit, chances are they're going to ban you. And that's what this video is about. No one is getting banned today unless they are continuing to do that Fei Lao mission. Now, let me know in the comments if you did get banned. I doubt it. I have heard zero from anybody getting banned today, unless they did the Fei Lao mission today. But who knows? But all right, everyone. Again, you can find all this information and more on Twitter at Kamikazevondoom. Follow me there. We're about to hit 6,000 followers. As far as here on YouTube, we're about to hit 67,000 subscribers and 19 million views. So thank you again for the ongoing support. I do appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you in the next one, okay? Now, have a good day, keep your head up, and hopefully you feel a little bit better about this whole banning situation, and we can move on from this. But I'm Kamikaze Von Doom, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.